Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm addressing an interaction that I saw on Twitter between a person who is trying to improve their site and Google representative John Mueller. And I will put the tweets down below, but I thought it was interesting. So the person was asking John Mueller and a couple of other SEO personalities. They were saying, hey, we have this website and there's 5 service pages that we have on the site, and there's we ran this through a tool called SiteLiner. This is a free tool, and it told us that there's one section that's duplicate content on each of these pages. Now I would like your advice, and he asked a couple different people what they should do about it. And John Mueller's response to this was, if you're using a tool that is confusing, or it's giving you confusing answers, ask the person or the people who made the tool what the tool does. John Mueller said to this person that oftentimes these tools will give insights if you're looking to make small improvements on the site, but they're not, the tools themselves are not necessarily giving you a step-by-step. They're not giving you like 100% advice. They might be telling you some things that are not that critical to your SEO. They're not that critical. But if you want to clean up a few areas on your site, then they might point out a few things. Now, what I believe that John Mueller was trying to say here is, don't rely on what a free tool, or even a lot of things, even advice from somebody, or even a course or something like that. Don't rely on these things 100% to give you the step-by-step, 100%, step 1 through 1,000 blueprint of how to do SEO. Because these tools, even courses, plugins, whatever they are, they usually deal with either one segment of SEO, and there's many segments, or they're giving you just some very general signpost advice, but they're not breaking it down step by step. I think this is where a lot of people get frustrated with SEO, where they misunderstand things. They read a blog post by a famous SEO, and then they get this compounding advice where they believe certain things, or they get advice from an SEO tool. The famous one that we talked about in many videos is disavowing toxic links. And several Google representatives have said that more people do harm than good to themselves, because Google's algorithms actually come a long way and they don't look at toxic links. Similarly, we did a video on the myth of the duplicate content penalty, and how there really isn't a quote-unquote penalty for duplicate content, but people have taken it like that because a lot of information gets repeated. Now, the thing that I want to stress is, what I think a lot of people are looking for is a step-by-step of how to do SEO for their site and get their site to rank #1. And a lot of the things that are out there, whether they're an SEO tool, whether they're a course on SEO or whatever, they're not going to give the exact detailed steps that are necessary. They might give you some guidelines, they might give you some signposts and some overviews, and those things are great. But for your particular site, there's always going to be things that you need to look at in greater detail. And sometimes, working with somebody, collaborating with somebody like an agency or a consultant that can do SEO and point these things out for you is going to be helpful, and it's going to be a lot less frustrating than trying to use free tools and then backwards engineer stuff. But a lot of people can't understand, I'm not ranking for all these things that I want to rank for. There's a lot of different signals that go into it. Now, there's a famous article out there by a well-known SEO, Brian Dean, and he used to talk about the 200 ranking signals of Google. Google has actually said that they have many algorithms within the main ranking algorithm, so it's probably safe to say that there are indeed more than 200 ranking factors. Now, some of these are on page, some of these are off page, but it usually comes down to, you have to have the right content on the page that you're trying to rank. Your site has to have certain signals. People have to show through user signals that they're happy with what they're finding on the page. So good UX, good design, good user friendliness and user experience. But there's a lot of off-page signals as well. So we talk about the backlink profile, how important that is. Now, a tool is generally, it can kind of tell you like what your competitors are getting links from. Sometimes not free tools, paid tools can tell you that. So you might be able to see a pattern there, but most people don't know how to look for those things, or they don't know how to go about getting links built. So that's one thing. You know, there's other things as well, looking for words inside of reviews. These are things that you can't manipulate all that easily. That's a video that we did a couple days ago. But there's a lot of signals out there. So navigating all that is, you know, a tool might get you part of the way, a course might get you part of the way, but when it comes to trying to backwards engineer it all on your own, sometimes these free tools, they give you part of the story, might be like, you know, just a sliver of the story, but it's not the whole story, and you need to figure this part out. And sometimes, you know, enlisting the help of somebody else that does this all the time can be a great help. And that's usually what happens, is working with an agency or a consultant that does SEO on a daily basis and isn't just there trying to pitch a course or a tool or a plugin. They can help you do all these little things that need to be done. All these signals add up. You know, doing like one thing in isolation might help a little bit, but usually takes a lot of effort, and that's what people don't want to hear. You usually have to write a lot of content or adjust a lot of content on your site. You're doing a lot of link building. You might have to redesign your site. You might have to, you know, do some other things outside of your actual website in order to make it rank higher and make it rank on the first page. These are all things that free tools generally will not tell you. Now, I've had several videos where we ranted about this, but I just wanted to point this out. You know, there's a lot of conflicting advice out there. There's a lot of things that have gotten repeated over and over and over that are basically SEO myths. They're SEO buzzwords, and you know, these tools kind of point a lot of these things out and say they kind of reinforce these ideas. Duplicate content, disavowing toxic links, EAT. There's a lot of confusion about these things, and a lot of people like to talk about them. So, like I said, it's probably best to talk to somebody, an agency or a consultant with a track record of ranking sites and seeing success if you want to get over that hump, if you're stuck, and if going it on your own is not getting you there. That's just my 2 cents. All right, my name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO, and I'm here on a daily basis giving SEO tips. Hey, we're almost at 600 subscribers. It's pretty amazing. I'm really happy about that. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. I know we can do it. Momentum's on our side. That's all I have for now. Until next time, peace.